This is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, a product I have not had for quite some time now. I just have the leftover card from when I used to have it. In fact, if you were to flip this around, you will see the old expiration date of September 2019. You'll also notice that it says, contains metal, do not shred. That's because if you view this card on the edge, you will see that metal core right there. The front is actually plastic, and so is the back. However, that kind of makes it like a hybrid sandwiched card. So it's pretty flexible still. If I can refocus on the card, it's bendable, it's pliable, but it has a nice amount of weight to it, even if you drop it. However, some people have been giving me comments over the past 3, 4, 5 months that Chase has actually changed the design of the Sapphire Reserve to make it more like the Amex Platinum Card. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference between the Platinum and the Reserve, but apparently the Reserve has a little bit less metal because, again, it does feel lighter in weight. We'll do a drop test and weight comparison toward the end of this video. But first, we have to get to the bottom of whether or not Chase has actually changed and improved the Sapphire Reserve construction and build with the new version that has been shipped to me right here via UPS extremely urgent envelope. I actually took my Sapphire Preferred that I've had for some time. I called the number on the back of the card and requested that Chase give me a product change from the Preferred to the Reserve. So let's open this together and see what's really going on. Welcome to the unboxing view of the card. Let's flip this over and get things going here. The tear strip is on this side, and here we go. Hopefully y'all can do a better job than I just did. We'll try it from this side. Much better. And now for the inside view, I'm assuming, yep, an envelope inside of another envelope. So this one will probably have address, name, and all that on there. I can already see a little bit of a Chase logo kind of shining through the envelope actually. So that's probably the card right there. Much thicker on this side than this side. Let me cover up my info on the reverse of the envelope and be right back. And just like the early days of the channel, we're going to stick with the old black sticky notes, my favorite. All right, the deed is done. So let's flip this on over now, and it is time to explore Sapphire Reserve. Let's be more aggressive with this one. We are getting closer. Let's see what we got. So this is the booklet right here. I bet there'll be tons of sensitive info on this. So I'm gonna cover up anything like address, name, and barcodes and stuff like that. And then I'll show you what the actual paperwork and card is like. Round 2. All right, done. So here's the front of it. I still have my credit limit of $10,000 as a Visa Infinite card. That will be the case. So if you're upgrading or even getting approved for the first time, you'll want to make sure that you're eligible for 10,000 bucks. If I didn't have that, I could have moved credit from one card over to another one. For example, from my Hyatt card to my Sapphire Preferred, and then make the change over to the Reserve with no issue there. Let's see, cover that up as well. So let's do the actual card reveal right now. 3, 2, 1, let's get this done. Voila, there's the new Sapphire Reserve. Whoa, it's already bending the paper. It does seem to be quite a bit heavier, but I'll go ahead and confirm that for you in just a moment here once we tear it off the sheet of paper. Like so. And here's your front row seat to apparently the all new design / construction of the Reserve card. We'll compare it with the old one in just a moment. Here, we still have, I believe, yep, the metal edge as well. So it's still at least the same amount of metal as the old. And what I see already is the Sapphire Reserve wording or lettering seems to be laser engraved as well, unlike the old, which I believe was printed. So let me cover up the back and then show you that as well. All right, now flipping the card over, here's the reverse, Visa Infinite, as you can see there, plus the contactless logo, so you can tap this card to pay. Also compatible with mobile wallets, and it still says contains metal, do not shred. So let's bring in now the older version and see these side by side. So up first now, you'll have the old one, and then now we have the new. So notice how they got rid of the word Chase actually, which is kind of interesting. They just have a much bigger logo. The Visa Infinite has been moved to the back of the card rather than having it on the front. You also have your name, same exact design though. although it does seem a bit darker, like a navy blue to fade to a full black almost on the new design. And also we've got, like I mentioned earlier, at least what I thought, we have laser engraved versus printed words right there. Actually, switching on another light here, let's see if that makes it even more apparent. You can see that silver effect going over the Chase logo and the lettering as well, pretty apparently now. As for the amount of metal, I would say the new one does feel to be much more substantial. Perhaps you can see more metal, not fully sure about that, but we will weigh them in the end and do drop tests too. Now the reverse of both cards, pretty similar. The eagle or dove logo rather is now gone, just Visa Infinite. My old one was not contactless, so that logo was not there. But overall, pretty similar overall design here. As for the bendability or flexibility, the new one definitely feels much sturdier. So the old can bend quite a bit, the new not nearly as much. So I do feel that difference quite a bit here between the two. And to confirm that objectively, let's walk over to my counter and do a weight comparison and drop test. First up, the old Sapphire Reserve design. Let's see what this one weighs. That is 13 grams. And I believe that is the exact same as the Sapphire Preferred. They feel identical at least. Let's see. Yep, so both of those are 13 grams. Now, bringing in the new Sapphire Reserve, let's see if this truly is a weightier card. It definitely is now at 16 grams. Moving that one on over, let's compare it to the Venture X. So 16 was our standard there. That is 17. And lastly, it will also compare it to my Amex Platinum Card too. So 16, 17, and also 17. So these two are now tied with the Sapphire Reserve just behind, which is now heavier than the old design along with the Sapphire Preferred. So a nice improvement for a more substantial card. And for our drop test, Sapphire Preferred, old Sapphire Reserve, new Sapphire Reserve, much more dramatic, Capital One Venture X, and the Amex Platinum. And there you have it. For all of you who have told me that yes, the Sapphire Reserve has gotten heavier, thicker, and a little bit of a design change too with their logo and the light, you've all been correct. So thank you for reporting accurate information. Of course, I just wanted to experience myself and really see in a compare and contrast manner what the differences were. As for the little booklet, not too much to go over here. It's just basically a rundown of all the main benefits that you can see on Chase's website, but in a very nice print catalog type of presentation. Personally, having some nice drinks in an exotic beach location right now sounds pretty darn good with some world-class travel. So perhaps I need to keep this card a bit longer and do something really cool with it. As a matter of fact, if you're wondering why I decided to product change, well, it was for a few different reasons. The first one, of course, was to be able to make this video compare and contrast and solve my curiosity about what actually changed between the cards and how much heavier or better did it get. So it's nice to be able to put that mystery to rest and know objectively that the card is, I guess, better now from a cosmetic standpoint. Is there any real new value to be had? Of course not. But when you're paying a $550 annual fee, I suppose any increase in the overall presentation of the product is kind of nice. Reason number two is the expanded redemption options. So I have all the same transfer partners on the Reserve as I do with the Reserve, but the main difference here is kind of twofold. It has to do with the portal itself. Rather than getting 25% more value compared to cash back with the Preferred, I now get 50% more value. So points are now worth 1.5 cents each instead of 1.25 when you redeem for travel via the Ultimate Rewards portal. So if I end up staying at some boutique hotel or doing a smaller regional airline or something that does not have a major airline program or no transfer partner to it, it's nice to have a guaranteed minimum floor value for your points at 1.5 cents each. Additionally, the pay yourself back feature, which is like cashback as a statement credit, but more value than regular cashback in specific categories. So right now, the Reserve has gas stations, grocery stores, and select charities, as well as the annual fee. For both gas and grocery, you get 25% more value, so a value of 1.25 cents per point when you redeem to basically cover or do a statement credit against your gas charges and your grocery store charges. It works the same way for select charities, but you get 50% more value, so 1.5 cents per point. And if you want to cover your annual membership fee when that posts to your account, you get 25% more value for that. The Sapphire Preferred does not have any of those except for the charities, which is at a lower 1.25 cents per point. And reason number 3 was to get the most flexible travel credit, as Chase even says themselves. Unlike American Express and Capital One, which require you to use some of their credits through their portal, the Chase one, while you can use it through the Chase portal, you can also use it by paying directly with the airlines or other third-party services as long as they code as eligible travel. So it's really easy to use. If I book a Southwest or United or AA flight directly on their websites, charge it to the CSR, I can get up to $300 back from that charge every single year. So for a $550 annual fee, now with that one benefit being used, my out-of-pocket cost will only be $250. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit or at least entertain other people, please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten. In case you didn't know, you can actually change your rewards preference to earn Amex points instead of cashback if you like. And to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. Thank you all for watching today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to ask you to do 2 things before you click off this video though. Number 1, if you remember on my community tab of the channel where I post a lot of updates and offers and things like that, not too long ago I posted one about the Ritz-Carlton card bringing back the all-metal design. I confirmed with Chase that the all-metal design has been ordered for my account, but it has not yet shipped. So it should be coming soon between now and probably mid-February hopefully, or if not, then by the end of February. So when I get it, if you want to see an unboxing video of that one, let me know down below in the comments by typing the word Ritz. And second, because both the Ritz and the Sapphire Reserve come with Priority Pass memberships to access airport lounges around the world, if you are not already aware, there are a bunch of different versions of Priority Pass and the levels of access are all different as well. So if you have not already seen this video right here on the screen, I recommend watching that one next for the 13 different versions to make sure that you understand what you have access to if you also have Priority Pass or what you could be missing out on. Which one is best? You're about to find out. I'll see you there.